Alright everyone, welcome back to another Watch and Talk here at Automotive Anatomy. Today I will be showing how I move the camera quite a bit as well. And the reason why I didn't start with the wheels is because I was battling two things. One, the sun, it was creeping up. This is the second car. As you know, when I shared the story about the nostalgic feeling and all that stuff, that was the first car that I watched that morning, and the second car was this. Um, so I was running against the sun, and two, I was running against battery. Um, my batteries were really low, and so I needed to hurry up. So hence why somewhat a little bit of a shorter watch and talk and a little bit quicker. But nevertheless, just want to say thank you guys for the ongoing support on these watch and talks. It definitely gives me an opportunity to just express my mind and my thoughts, and it really does help. I know for you guys, you guys tune in for different reasons, and so I hope these serve as a way for you to kind of expand or share your own thoughts and comment on the ones that you guys agree or disagree with me, and I really appreciate it because I think you guys are the most respectful ones out of the whole people that follow the channel, and so nothing but thank you for you guys, man. Seriously, it means so much. Um, and so today's topic is crazy because like just like I told you guys, like we go through I go through those different ideas. I always stay pushing forward. That to me has always been and will be the motivator. And what I mean by pushing forward, like I mentioned to you guys, I'm not allergic to money, but is that's not my full goal. If that is part of the process, then fine, that's cool. I'll take it. But for me, pushing forward is just being able to enjoy time with my family, um, and and it's been working out, man. I can't deny it. I've had so much more time in my life to just want to hang out. My afternoons and uh, my afternoons during the week and the weekend is just for family. I don't I don't really want to do anything else other than that. And then the mornings on the weekends is for car stuff. So that's just what I like, and that's what's been going on. But in the whole sense of pushing forward today, I had a conversation with my wife regarding the different phases and stages that we go through, right? And I'm 30 years old, as a few of you guys know. Yes, I look like 40. Stop. I'm 30 years old, and I was telling her that there's different stages in life and different phases that if you don't continue to grow, then you're gonna stay stagnant. Let me know, by the way, if you guys actually mind me moving the camera like that, or you just want me to edit it and cut it out. Super, not a big deal. Just let me know, and I'll stop adding this, side little things. Um, but I told her, when I graduated from high school, I didn't know what direction to go. So I was told go to college and things will get better. And so I did. And so I did that for about 6 years for my bachelor's degree. Um, some of you guys know that I had to go part time to the Cal State. I didn't qualify for financial aid, and so I paid everything out of pocket. And then for my master's degree, I obviously did not qualify any financial aid. So I got into a little bit of personal loan and credit card loan for the school, 100% in school. I've never even bought one single pair of shoes or socks or shirts with a credit card. I don't. That's not my thing. But anyways, that was the stage that I was in right after high school. So finally, fast forward 8 years, I get the counseling job, and now I'm telling my wife, like, well, now what else is next? I don't want to just turn into, you know, go to my 9 to 5 and that's it. I love what I do. There's so many cool things about it. There's some stuff that I'm like, this is why am I here? But for the most part, I really enjoy what I do, and speaking with students is the best. I really mean that. But I also have to have personal goals for myself because otherwise, that's how I feel like that's how people end up getting angry and bitter and they get old. And we see that with people that retire, right? They have nothing else going on in their life that they die because there was no growth, there was no stimulus or anything like that. And so, discussing that with my wife today over lunch, we were just discussing about our days, and I said, where do I want to be when I'm 40? And I'll share with you guys some of my biggest plans in the grand scheme of thing. Obviously, I want a house. I want to have my own space. I'm kind of tired of my neighbors always staring at me, you know, looking at me washing my car. Um, I'm getting to the point where I keep saving. I want an Impala. I want a Porsche. Could I drop a big down payment on a Porsche? Yes. Could I drop? Could I pay cash for an Impala? Yes. But those are not. I feel like my priorities will not be in the right direction. And so the next step for me is a home. I don't know if I want to go with a duplex and then rent it out. I've been listening to a lot of different podcasts, a lot of different stuff about, real estate and things of that nature. It's intimidating. There's headaches like everything, right? But that's how it goes. That's how life is. If you're not willing to take risk or get into an uncomfortable situation, then you're not growing. There's gonna be mistakes along the way, and that's part of it. And so, why am I really, kind of interested in real estate? Um, is because I want to be able to grow something down the line. Right now, houses are really expensive, especially in Orange County, and with the whole boom of, it jumped up to 20% here in my area from just last year. What am I kidding? At the beginning of this year, not even last year. So right now, it's starting to cool off, and so I think, we weren't ready to begin with, and so now I think we're getting a little bit better. YouTube is cool. It keeps growing. Obviously, monetization, I'd have no control over it. It just I don't know how the whole algorithm works, and so anything that we make from there, it really just goes back into YouTube. And the way it goes back, it goes back in so many different things. Obviously, shirts. I'm working on more shirts, more hats. Um, I'm also every s- not every single time. Most of the time that I go and interview somebody, I drive to them. So whatever city that is, so that's gas that is through YouTube that gets covered, and then I like to take the people that I interview through coffee or breakfast, and that really in a way the way I play it in my head that comes out of the monetization. So that goes back to that, and that's it's on the side. If it eventually grows to a point where like wow it's making some serious revenue, then that's cool, that's something else. But again, that's just the bonus, that's just it comes with it, right? I'm having fun, and I say for the most part I'm having fun. Like today, that's the reason why I'm washing this car. It's a Saturday morning. The person I was supposed to interview canceled on me. um, and it was the funniest thing because he hit me up with he sent me a DM during the week, and he was like, "Hey, for the interview, do we need the car?" I just started cracking up. I wasn't rude. I just responded, but like, no, man. Yeah, we do need the car, but if your car's in the shop, then no worries, we can reschedule. And I just thought it was one of the most funniest things ever. Tell me you don't watch my videos without telling me you don't watch my videos, right? So that was that, and so that was on Saturday. Sunday, I believe I went to a Cars and Coffee. Yes, with my buddy Juan and my homie Armando. And again, we hang out, we have a good time, and we go out for breakfast, and that's cool. And so then this weekend, which is probably a weekend before this video comes out, I hit up somebody on Sunday just to follow up. Today's Wednesday, so I hit him up. I'm like, hey, are we still good for Sunday? He's like, oh no, I'm booked all this month. Well, I mean, we had already scheduled this date like 3 weeks, a month ago, and so again, guys, it's not easy getting interviews. It really is not, and so I only share it with you guys just so you guys understand. Like, okay, this is what's going on, but it's not something that deflates me. It's not something that's gonna keep me, from asking more people. That's it. That's just you got to keep going, and so that's the reason why that's kind of my what's been in the back of my head. Where do I want to go these next 10 years? Because the time's gonna fly. So, um, addition to that, my wife and I are thinking about having kids. I think it's a good age to start having kids. To I don't know. I mean, aside from your personal satisfaction, what else can you grow? And I think having a kid is definitely a great experience. I do foresee, obviously, once I have a kid, videos are going to slow down for obvious reasons. But then, you never know how that translates and what we end up doing. The wash and talks, I still have to wash my car, so, the wash and talks are still going to be here. And so maybe the interviews are going to cut back a little bit. But that just comes with, the territory of being a dad. And definitely something I'm really looking forward to. That is really scary, to be honest with you guys, but that's also something else that I'm trying to think about the next 10 years, and when I'm trying to grow. um, I'm very goal orientated, as you guys can tell. I like to set goals, I like to set reminders, I like to do things that motivate me and push me. Not everything has to be monetized or money orientated. That's always been a plus, that's always been a bonus. um, and hence why I do what I do. I work in education. If I wanted to make more money and get paid based on my hustle or my I guess level of effort, well then business, then real estate, then all these other things that I know for a fact I'm very capable of doing. I would pursue that, but it just doesn't seem that that's appropriate for me. And it doesn't mean that it's not appropriate for you or that you're a bad person if you're in real estate and you're listening to this. No, by all means, keep at it. If you're 40, you're 30, you're 50, you're thinking about going back to real estate because that's gonna provide you with more opportunities, then go for it. I think my fear is, when do we stop growing? And that's the conversation I had with my wife. I said, look, I'm more afraid for one day for me to not be motivated to do anything, or to say, man, I don't see the purpose of anything doing X, Y, or Z. That to me, that worries me, because that tells me at that point that you're not seeing the glass half full. You're seeing it empty. And so it might mean that you need time to meet with somebody else, have a different group of people that motivate you in different aspects. For me, I get great motivation from a lot of different people. um, some in specific that I've interviewed in the past, that I'm always hitting them up like, hey, you want to get coffee, you want to go have breakfast, or do you want to go with me to this car event, and then we can go eat afterwards. Because I get to pick the brains, about different things. And these are individuals, are business owners that have a 9 to 5, but they're very enthusiastic, and they like to learn different things. Self-taught welders, obviously car builders, and things like that. And so I get to pick their brain. I get to, learn a little bit about them, especially when they're older. I get to hear some of their mistakes, and they tell me like, "Hey, I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't do that." But and so me learning from that is like, damn, it's cool. And so that's kind of what I've been kind of putting my energy into. I legitimate enjoy doing these watching talks, these voiceovers. To me, they're cool. They're a different way of kind of having like a podcast. And I know a lot of you guys have enjoyed it. And I definitely do appreciate you guys like so much, because I mean, let's be honest, like, you guys don't have to be here. You guys, nobody owes me anything. And so that's really cool from you guys. Um, and then the other phase that I want to do up, aside from the whole continue with automotive anatomy, I've always said, if one day this is not fun, then I'll quit, and I'll say a proper goodbye and say thank you guys for the support and encouragement. But for now, I love it. I like what I'm doing. One of the things that really motivate me is seeing my shirts, seeing hats all over. We have a shirt in Germany, which is pretty wild. We have hats all over Cali, some out of state, and that's just insane. To think about that exists, right? And so the possibilities are endless. And the last story that I want to share before this watch and talk ends is that of the brand The Hundredths. If you guys don't know, it's a streetwear clothing brand, The Hundredths, created by Bobby. Um, and what I wanna teach you guys, or not teach you guys, but what I wanna share with you guys is the stuff. I was about to cuss. The stuff we don't see that people deal with. Um, I came across the brand The Hundredths. I can't remember when. I think I saw it and somebody was wearing a sweater, and I just didn't think nothing of it. And then afterwards, I came across this YouTube video by Complex News YouTube channel, where they interview the hundredth Bobby, and they go into detail about the hardships, how he got started, um, some of the stuff about the actual brand, right? And that was 4 years ago, so that was what, 2017, right? And so I'm thinking like, damn, man, this guy's been going at it for since 2017. Like, that's crazy. And that was also, um, you gotta think about last year, 2 years ago. That's when I first started making shirts, and I was kind of like, damn, a lot of people don't want to buy shirts. They say they were, but now they're not. Well, fast forward to today, actually, I'm listening to a few podcasts, like I mentioned, about real estate, about just you know uh, how to be better with money, how to be frugal, how to all these different things that pertain to what I think is gonna lead me to a more peaceful and happy future, right? And then somehow his stuff came up again, Bobby the Hundredth, and there was an interview from 2011. And I'm like, damn, that's old, right? I mean, that's relatively, that's 10 years. So I listened to it, and it's crazy because they're like, oh, so tell us, how long has the brand been going for? And he goes, oh, we've been at it for 8 years. Oh my goodness. I'm like, this guy's been at it since 2003. And I'm wondering why people don't want to buy my shirts and blah blah, And so in that interview, he definitely goes into detail. Like, yeah, we've had some rough months, some rough times, but nevertheless, we keep pushing forward. We're not focused on money. We're focused on creativity and having fun. And obviously, if something does very well with it, yes, we were happy. But um, the main event is just us being happy. And man, that stuck by me, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And that gave me motivation again. So what I did after work, I ended up coming up with some sketches for a shirt, and so we should be receiving some hats. I should be getting them embroidered. We should be getting the shirts, designed and getting more shirts out of the way. And so people on Instagram mostly have been super supportive. I know some of you guys here through YouTube, when something comes up and you guys buy it, and that's pretty cool. It gives me motivation. And you guys don't understand what it means to me, but it's a great feeling. And then also, um, ironically today, TJ Hunt, and I know I don't really follow TJ Hunt's content as much, is because as the money changed and the views change, his content ended up being a little bit more mainstream, and I don't, but I don't know why I'm still subscribed to him. Maybe because once in a blue moon he actually comes up with a video that I really like. But today he ended up posting that he reached 2 million subscribers, and he did kind of like a recap of the past however many years he's been on YouTube. And I watched like the first 3 minutes of it. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch the whole thing, but man, just to see the first videos that he created, it's so surreal, man. And so whatever, whether you like that guy or you don't like that guy, he's been putting in the work, and so you cannot disrespect the hustle. Whether you like him or you don't like him, or you think he's privileged or he's not, or bought subscribers or didn't. This doesn't matter. Like, he's been putting in the work, and so I think that goes to show you again, going back to that. This kid was doing this when I was going to school. I was going more for the secure route, and he was taking a chance on himself and putting in the work. And so here we are. Now he has 2 million subscribers, and good for him. And ultimately, like I tell you guys, at the end of the day, is he happy? Hope he is, right? I don't know him personally. I don't know the challenges. I don't know any of his struggles. But if he's happy, then that's it. He won. The 2 million subscribers, they'll turn into 3 million. It's just a matter of time. It's not if, it's just when, because he's going to continue, and that seems to happen. People come on board and they feel like, damn, they're putting in some cool stuff. And so that's kind of what I was thinking throughout the day. Don't worry, guys. I don't care what my high school peers are doing anymore. Like I told you guys, I go through those episodes. Um, I'm now more, kind of, fired up about my finances and what I want to do with them, and how I want to move forward, and how that's going to affect my family. And honestly, I'm here for to enjoy the ride, but I'm also gonna look for opportunities to get uncomfortable, and because it leads to different type of pathways. Some are good, some are bad. That's the whole reason why I'm here talking to you guys while I wash my car. I mean, if it wasn't for 3 years ago, it's been 3 years, 3 years, man, that I started my interview for myself, and it was extremely intimidating, but we did it. We did it, and that's ultimately the thing that you have to do. You have to take action. Ideas and planning is all great, but unless you take action, and again, if you enjoy it, whatever you end up trying to pursue, you better enjoy, because otherwise, it doesn't matter how much you get paid. It's not gonna be happy. It's not gonna be good. But thank you guys so much for the love, the support. Appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Until now, take care. And like as always, happiness comes first above everything else. Peace.